you are on live. Go ahead.
Right. Okay. Okay, a very warm welcome to everyone who's watching us on YouTube Live. A very warm welcome to the project presentation of this wonderful program that we have conducted over past few weeks. We started with design thinking, and then we carried forward to the variety of sessions. And I'm very hopeful that students and the participants which were part of this session had something positive to take back home. Right, so I welcome everyone, a very warm welcome to today's presentation. So so the buzzword that we focus on at Bibox Lab is innovation, right? Innovation. We are in the dire need of innovation as a country. The first session itself had focused on the importance of innovation, right? So the first step to innovation is originality, right? So as our CEO also said, the video which was sent to you in the WhatsApp group, he spoke about originality, right? Originality is the first step. And today we'll put to test that first step, whether we have learned something through these 12 sessions. And let's get started. We'll start with Nand Gopan. Nand Gopan is here with us. So we'll kickstart our project presentation with Nand Gopan's project presentation. Nand Gopan, are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you may start your screen sharing and please proceed.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can you see the presentation?
Yeah, it's visible, Nandgopan. Please go on.
Okay, sir. Hello, everyone. I'm Nandagovan PS of class 8A from Giridipam Bedani Central School. The idea that I wish to show you all is called network drones. So first, if we have to understand what network drones are, we have to understand what a UAV or an unmanned aerial vehicle is. So let's begin. So first, an unmanned aerial vehicle or a UAV, commonly known as a drone, is a type of flight that does not require any human pilot, crew or passengers on board. At the beginning, UAVs were mostly used for military purposes. However, their costs have now lessened and so they are used for other uses as well. These include aerial photography, product deliveries, agriculture, and many other uses. The idea that I wish to show you all is highly related to drones. So, NDs, network drones. My idea is to create a drone that can either generate or enhance the network from nearby towers and give the network to our devices on the ground level. These drones will have an antenna attached to them. The antennas will be similar to the ones found in network towers. I'm sure many of you have seen that. These antennas in the network drones will access the information from the towers and give the information to our devices. When these drones either get their charge finished or their charges are about to get finished, they could go to the docking stations or hubs like the ones seen in the picture and they could charge while other drones take their place. The cycle will continue. So, how did I get inspiration for creating NDs, you might ask? So, one day while I was studying with online classes, I found that one of my friends could not join the class. Later, after the classes had finished, I asked why he couldn't join, and he told me that since the electricity in his home went out, he had to use wireless networks. Now, wireless networks are usually slower than wired networks, especially in places where there are high forests. So I thought about it, but I couldn't do anything about it. I also found out that many other people have this same problem. Then Bibox innovation classes came, and now I can present this idea. So, implications of biomimicry. At the beginning of Bibox innovation classes, we had learned about biomimicry. So, biomimicry will be implied in making these drones. Many modern drones are inspired from eagles and seagulls. The drones will have to carry the weight of the drone itself, the antennas, and if we are attaching solar panels, then it will have to carry the weight of both the solar panels and the necessary machinery. Thus, we have to take inspiration from the largest flying birds. They are known as Andean condors. Their wings are relatively short, but they have adapted themselves to fly. So, what do we need for making NDs? We need a drone, a very large one, antennas like the one found in network towers, an identification card for each network provider so that the network providers can identify which of these drones is theirs, a charging station that can contain two large drones or more if it is possible, a remote controller for controlling the drones so that its position can be changed, and AI software. So if a place needs higher network, these drones can travel to that places and provide the sufficient network. Then we need sufficient technicians, sufficient funds, and if we are planning to use solar panels, then we can add these and its necessary machinery. How to create an electric drone? First, we have to select a suitable place and put the charging station on that specific location. Then we have to add our drone to the antenna there. Second, we have to establish a connection between the network drones and the network provider. Third, we have to test if it is working properly. And if it is working properly, then we are good to go. But if it is not working properly, then we can fix our issues and fix it until the problem is gone. The advantages and disadvantages. There are many advantages for network drones, but with advantages come disadvantages too. The advantage is that the network drones are cheaper than conventional network towers to build. In case of natural calamities, the drones will not be harmed as they can be brought down or moved to a safer location altogether. The drones can move and focus on areas that require a better connection so that it can ensure that we, the humans on the ground level, can get the desired connection that we need. And the drones can also multitask in case we needed to. For example, surveillance for example, we can have it survey the ground for us. They can be established in places where normal network towers would almost be impossible to build. For example, in the forest, most tribal people live in the forest, and we can establish a network drone there so that even the tribal people can get a good connection. It will definitely provide more job opportunities, and it is relatively easier to upgrade or repair than normal towers. And the disadvantage is that the energy required to keep the drones high up in the air is too much. The drones require much more energy than normal towers as they need to stay afloat in the air for a long time. This problem can be abolished with the help of solar panels. However, solar panels and its machinery increase the weight, and so we need to make the drones better so that they can handle this much weight. They will also require a large amount of battery capacity to keep afloat in the air for a long time. Thank you for listening to my idea. I hope you all liked it. Sir, you are muted.
All right. So yeah, all I said is Nangopan, very well conducted. I could see, we all could see the effort that you put into this presentation. Very well
Thank you,
done.
sir.
Yeah, that was a good project that you undertook. Next in line is John. John Matthews. Please, you can share your screen and you can proceed with your PPT. John.
Sir, mine is not really working. Can you?
Okay, just give me a second. Okay, I'm loading your PPT. Just give me a minute. Okay. Yeah, is my screen visible to you all now? Is the screen
Yes, sir.
visible? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just give me a second. Okay, John, you may proceed.
Good evening, everyone. My name is John Matthews. Today, I'm going to present my project. My project is called a hybrid race car. This car would run in both fuel and battery. The battery will get charged on days with solar energy. And the way I got to this project is I have seen in televisions race cars stopping by halfway through the race. So I decided it might be a solution to the race cars. The advantages of this race car is its speed is very high and the driving will be safe in harsh weather conditions. It is a new technology for the new gen race cars, and the racers will have high status in their society. The disadvantages are that it will only run on special tracks, not in ordinary tracks. The maintenance of this vehicle will be high, and the injuries caused to the race car racer will take long time to recover. That's all with my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you. All right, just a moment. Okay, right. So let's move on further. Next is Adan. Adan, is your PPT ready or you want me to play it on my computer?
Sir, I want you to present.
Okay, just give me a second. Adan seems to be most excited about project presentation because I haven't seen Adan smile so much, right? Okay, just give me a minute, Adan. It's getting loaded. Okay, give me a minute.
So, hi everyone.
Just a moment, Adan. I'll play the slideshow for you. Okay, please go on.
So, hi, good evening everyone. My name is Adan Matthew Prince. I'm studying in Giridibam Bedini Central School, class 9A. So, I have decided to make an aero sub, which is a combination of a plane and a submarine. It could fly in air as well as underwater. So this is the model of my aero sub. It mainly has three engines. The engine at the back is the primary engine. The engine at the wings are the secondary engine, and there are also jet engines at the side of the aero sub. So I got my inspiration from three animals, that is dolphin, puffin, and kingfisher. I got the hydrodynamics of the aerosol from dolphin, features from the puffin, and the aerodynamics from the kingfisher. Then are the materials required for my prototype: a foam board, hot glue gun, brushless motor, high speed motor. Then the fan are required for these three motors, then a battery, then a servo motor, then a plastic bottle. Then are the steps for making my prototype. First, we should make a hollow cylinder out of the foam board of 15 centimeters. Then make a conical shape for the nose cone of the aerosol facing downward. Then make a small cone of length 2 centimeters. Then make a cone for the back of the aerosol. Then make a cylinder to contain the brushless motor, that is the primary engine. Then make another two for the secondary engines. Then then we should cover it with plastic bottle to prevent the water from getting inside the motors. Then my aerosols advantages: can be used for underwater expeditions, can be used for tourism and for sporting. The sporting model requires another hydrodynamics and aerodynamics. Then are the features: it can hover above the water, travel underwater, fly in air, and travel on the surface of water. And thanks for watching, guys.
Okay, Adan, very well done. Clearly, you've been inspired by biomimicry session and you've made a very good use of biomimicry, right? So if we look around ourselves, we'll find countless solutions for the problem that we are facing today, right? From the climate change, pollution, everything. So nature has all the solutions, right? Very well done, Adan. Next, we have Carol.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Carol. Yeah. Do you want me to play your presentation or do you have it in your computer?
I have it in my computer, so I'll play it.
Okay, please proceed.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Carol Rose Justin, and I am a student at Girdivam Bethany Central School, currently studying in class 9. And this is my project for the Bibox Innovation Program. So, websites are currently a part of everyone's life because of the corona, and so everyone uses websites, students, teachers, the government, everyone has used websites. So today I made a website on something I'm very passionate about, and it's baking. So the name of my website is called Just Caking, and this website has given me a chance to share my ideas and my journey and my experiences to the world. So this is the homepage to my website. So my inspiration for just caking was like baking was always more than just a hobby for me. Like I was very fascinated by how we can make from some such simple ingredients we can make something very delicious, and how it makes everyone happy. I like whenever I make something and give it, like it makes me happy how seeing everyone happy, and so I wanted to share this happiness of mine with the world. I took inspiration from my experiences, and I decided to create a website called Just Caking. So the materials that I used were Wix, Google, and Pinterest. So this is my prototype. So this is the homepage. In this, I talk about how much like my journey and my experiences, and how much I have really enjoyed baking over the past year. Next is some recipes I have tried and tested out, and it worked very well. Uh, and then I have some gallery over all the bakes I have made over the year, and next, I have some tips which will be very essential for just beginners who are just starting to bake. So I feel like the advantages of my website are I've included recipes. So anyone who uses the website can actually use my recipes for it to and refer to it to make something. I have also given tips so that beginners who are just starting to bake will have tips to include while they're baking. But I feel like the biggest advantage is that I got an opportunity to share with the world uh, how much I have enjoyed baking and doing something I love. And I hope that my website also inspires someone else, and they will also start doing things they love and what makes them happy. Thank you.
Yeah, very well done, Carol. You've presented your showcased your passion with rest of us, and clearly the part which I like the most is the title that you'd given to your website, Just Caking, which is very creative. Right, so very well done. I wish you all the best for your future ventures. Next, we have Timothy. Yes, Timothy, you can share your presentation and please proceed. Okay, just give me a moment. Timothy, I haven't received your presentation. Till the moment we started our session, I haven't received your presentation. So if you have it on your computer, you can proceed.
It is on my phone that.
If you are able to screen share through your computer, you can proceed with your presentation.
Sir, I can't discuss with
Okay, I'll come
it
back
does
to you.
not.
Okay, never mind, Timothy. Okay, Janet, is it there in your computer, or do you want me to play your PPT?
Sir, it's there in my computer.
Okay, please proceed.
Sir, can you see my screen?
No.
Sir,
Yes.
can you see my screen?
No. Can anyone else see Janet's screen? I'm not being able to.
Sir, I can see the screen.
I can see it too.
Yeah, this seems to be a connectivity issue with our internet. So, yeah, I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please, Janet, you can start screen sharing, or I can play your presentation. Meanwhile, give me a second.
Sir, can you see my screen now?
Janet, do you want me to share your presentation?
Sir, can't you see my screen?
Okay, yeah, please proceed. Please proceed.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Janet Maria from Grade 1 Pathni Central School, studying in class 9. I was a participant of Bibox Online Innovation Program, and the session on design thinking has helped me a lot in reaching this project. So now I'm here to introduce my smart air conditioner to you. Let's start the session with an imaginary scenario. Imagine that you went to Manali for your Christmas vacation, and it is sure that you'll be using room heaters out there. What if your room heaters are emitting carbon monoxide? We all know that carbon monoxide is totally a colorless, tasteless, and odorless gas. It can't be detected by our human senses. We need a proper equipment to that. We will not recognize that there is an emission until we are ill. And here comes the role of my smart air conditioner. So we'll discuss more on this in the next 10 minutes. Now I'll tell you about the contents or the points that we're going to discuss. First, I'll be giving you an introduction on my project. Then I'll tell you the route to my project. Then the motive of this project. Then advantages and disadvantages of this AC. Then the materials required to implement this in market analysis. And finally, we'll end up with future innovations. So here is introduction. Here I'll be telling you about the basic working principle of the smart AC. It is very simple that whenever my AC is emitting carbon monoxide, the carbon monoxide detector will detect the gas and it will use the siren system to provide an early awareness. So whenever we hear the siren, we can seek help or we can do whatever we can to get out of the situation. And there are cases where you have missed this siren, and there are also cases where you can't, you're totally helpless, right? Here is the next thing that is going to happen. If the siren is not turned off for the next 30 seconds, it will use the IoT, which is fixed, to send a message to the nearest hospital so that your safety is ensured if you are helpless also. Yeah, here is the raw to my project. This is an incident which I read in newspaper years back. 8 Indian tourists went to Nepal for their vacation, and their room heaters emitted carbon monoxide, and they were sleeping. They didn't knew that. In the morning, they were found dead. We heard this tragic news in the newspapers years back. And if my project is gonna implement it, I'm very sure that no more deaths are gonna happen because of this carbon monoxide emission. And this was an incident which sparked my idea, or which paved my project, which paved the path to my project. Yeah. Next, here is the motive of the project. I'll tell you three reasons. The first one is it is impossible to detect carbon monoxide without a proper equipment. As I've already stated, it is totally tasteless, odorless, and colorless. It can't be detected by our human senses. So we need a proper equipment for that. And the second thing is that a carbon monoxide detector, it can even prevent illness and even death, because this carbon monoxide is a toxic gas, and if that is not treated, it can even lead to death. We all know that, right? Yeah. Then I have already told you this incident, the tragic death of 8 Indians in Nepal. Yeah, and coming on to the latest affairs, last day, if I'm not wrong, it happened in July 13th. 6 Indians were killed because of carbon monoxide emissions in Maharashtra. So all these things, let's hope that if this is implemented, no more death is gonna happen because of this. And I'm very sure that this is gonna really help and save lives, a lot of people. Yeah, here I'll be telling you about the advantages and disadvantages. First, the advantages, as I've stated, automatic carbon monoxide detection, emergency siren system which provides an early alert, and then the ensured cognizance of the nearest hospital, which also ensures your safety. And we are doing this with the help of IoT. Every coin has two sides, right? Yeah. Here I'll tell you about the disadvantages. There are chances of errors with the carbon monoxide detector. If the carbon monoxide detector is not functioning in a right way, there are chances that the system is going to fail. And this is not going to function if there isn't some technical issues with the IoT module or the paper. And we need not to be much worried about this, because services within a fixed time interval can protect us from all these things with the technical issues and all such things. Yeah, these are the materials required for implementing this project. We need a furnace. In the description, I've just added the model number, which is DM805SS. Yeah. Then we need a heat exchanger, evaporator coil, expansion valve, the condenser unit, compressor, carbon monoxide detector, IoT module, and beeper. These three makes this project an innovation. Then the refrigerant lines, thermostat, vents, and ductwork. Here, this is the market analysis. Why someone should get my AC rather than all the other ACs which are easily available in the market? Yeah, the 3 points which you have heard many times within these minutes: carbon monoxide detection, siren system, and ensured cognizance of the nearest hospital. Cost effective. Yeah, this is just a very short word, but it has a lot in it. In India, carbon monoxide detectors are not equipped with ACs, or ACs are available, but it is imported from other countries at a very high rate. And let's take example of a duct. Ducts with carbon monoxide detectors are not so common in India, and they are imported also, even if it is there. And it just requires 4 lakh just simply for the installment. And then we should do the services every 6 months, or at least once in a year. And the services take up to 2 lakhs, which is a lot price. Lifetime of this AC, we should pay this 2 lakhs every 6 years or at least a month. Many people are not getting this ACs because of this unnecessary service charges, or it is expensive services, right? Yeah. So if this is gonna get implemented in India, it can do a lot of help. And the estimated market value of this project is something between 43,000 to 45,000. It is just an approximate value. And we're going to end up with the future innovations. First, the smart thermostats. I want to implement this factor to my project because I personally know many people who just simply turn on their ACs and go out just for the one reason that they need their home to be cool when they return. So we all have mobile phones, right? If smart thermostats are enabled, we can just control the temperature of our ACs in our fingertips with just simply a mobile phone, which each one of us has, and it can save a lot of energy. And then solar powered air conditioning. There is no need of much explanation on this topic because solar powered energy is really common these days. And ice powered air conditioning. This is not a thing that can be implemented in India, which is much applicable in India. But there is a fact that we can generate heat or generate energy from ice also. Yeah. And that brings us to the end. Thank you. Thanks a lot for your unwavering attention and thank you so much.
So thank you guys. Thank you, Janet Maria. So the next person. So who's going next? Who would like to move next?
Yeah. Sorry for the disturbance. Technology is sometimes not foolproof. I hope you'd understand that. Am I audible, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. So there is some technical issue with internet connection, or maybe Zoom. So I hope everyone's completed their presentations. Yeah, am I audible, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I hope everyone's completed the presentations.
Sir,
Adan, Timothy, I'm not being able to access your presentation. Okay, let me try once again if I can. Yeah, then I'm trying to, Timothy, I'm trying to access your presentation. So this is what happens when you wait for last minute. Okay, but nevertheless, I'll try to access your PPT.
So the next person can present.
Sir, your mic is off.
Sir, you are muted.
So who is the next person to go? They can go forward with their presentation. It's okay. It's a technical glitch in Zoom. You can present without people. You can just go forward. It's okay. Who's the next person to go? There's some technical glitch in Zoom. That's why, Who's going next? May I know your names? My name is Priti, by the way. Nanda Govind, are you going next?
No, ma'am. I have already gone.
Okay, who is there? Who is left? May I know? Anybody else to go?
Yes.
Who? May I know the name? Timothy, are you the next one?
Yes.
Okay, carry on. You can go.
Yes, I don't have the presentation.
Okay, can you do it? Like looking at your presentation might not, without sharing it. Can you go forward? It's okay. You need not share it, but you can say about it, talk about it, like looking into the presentation in your own screen. Can you?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Timothy. You're on mute, by the way.
Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Timothy. I am in 9th standard studying with Bibox Central School. I'm going to talk about my project. I named it Outer Switch. And it works by when we forgot to turn off our switch lights and fan in our room, it automatically turns it off. So turns it off. The inspiration that I got was an incident that happened when I forgot to turn off the light, and my parents scolded me for that. So that was the inspiration that I got for building this project. The materials that we need for this project are a face sensing camera, a main board like Arduino and Raspberry Pi, and a server. So for building this for this project, first we will place the face sensing camera to a position where it is visible. The whole room can be visible. Then we will connect the camera to the main board. Then we will place a server on top of the switch. Then we will connect the servo to the main board and we will program it. So how it works is that face sensing camera, when we leave the room, the face sensing camera waits for senses it and waits for 1 minute. Then sends a code to the main board, which main board. The main board then sends a code to the servo to turn off the switch. The advantage is that it's a our power we saved, and those who are concerned of electricity bills can use this project. That's all that I have.
Timothy?
Yes.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Timothy. That was a very innovative session. I'd like to, so I think we have, yeah.
Sorry guys, sorry for the interruption. Sorry for the interruption. Right, so there was a technical problem at my end. I was not being able to access my Zoom. So sorry for that. So I hope everyone's finished their presentations.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So these 12 sessions and whatever we've interacted through the course of these 12 sessions, I really enjoyed interacting with you as your mentor, as your friend. And I wish you all the best for your future ventures and your endeavors, whatever you choose to do in future. I wish you all the best with those. And at the end of it, if anyone like to say something, it's all yours, please. Okay. All right, everyone. That's all for our project presentation. That's all for today. Enjoy whatever Sunday is left, few hours, right? So yeah, that's all from my side. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice